What's going on, guys? My name is Button and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be taking a look around my Australia setup. Now some of you are probably wondering, Button, didn't you just make a setup video like a couple months back? And the answer to that is yeah, I did. But now the reason that I have two setups is actually very simple. A lot of you that watch the Twitch stream will know that I have a girlfriend who lives here in Australia. We are in a long distance relationship. And for that reason, I need a place where I can work both at home and here. So basically, the last time I came over, I bought all of my PCs from home. I stripped them all down and brought them over here and built myself my own setup over here. So no matter where I am in the world, I can stream. You might be thinking, well, doesn't that make your old other setup tour out of date? No, the old setup tour is still perfectly accurate. These are my main computers that are over here, whereas the ones you saw in that video were the ones that I used back in the UK. Anyway, let's get on with the tour. So let's start with an overview of the setup here. This is what the setup is from my perspective right here. This is what I see. It's a little bit of a different layout to the UK setup, but we shall go through this bit by bit, just like we did last time. We'll start with the main parts of the setup. So down here, all the way on the bottom of the floor here, this is the gaming PC. Now, same as in my last video, I do use two PCs to stream over here. This is the gaming PC, and this is the streaming PC. We'll come back to that in a second though. Now the gaming PC right here is rocking a Core i9-7900X with an RTX 2080 Super. Shout out to NVIDIA for sending that over. You guys rock, thank you. And obviously for maximum performance we have maximum RGB. The system also has 32 gigs of RAM in it and a Corsair H115 Pro, I think it is. Water cooler to keep everything nice and cool. Moving up to the streaming PC, this is obviously the second PC that actually does the broadcasting, which is hooked up to this monitor right here. This PC here is rocking a Core i9-7960X. It's just got a 1050 Ti in it, a pretty crappy graphics card. Elgato 4K capture card, the Blackmagic Intensity Pro 4K, and obviously 32 gigs of RGB memory. The headphones on the front here are not mine, they are Roxy's. This is her area over here. So we actually have our setups like right next to each other. This is where she does her stuff that she's got to do, and this is where I do my stuff that I've got to do. Moving on to the monitors here. We have 3 monitors in this setup. I don't have 5. I would like 5 like I have at home, but I make 3 work here. These two here are connected up to the gaming PC that's down there, and this one here is obviously connected to the streaming PC like I showed earlier. This one off to the side, or these two actually off to the side, are just some 1080p AOC monitors. Don't really know what they are. They're pretty cheap. They're like, I think they were like $100 or something like that each. Pretty cheap. But this one in the middle is an Asus... Fuck, one second. This one in the middle is an Asus MG279Q. It's 1440p, IPS, 144 Hz. Fantastic monitor. I love this thing. A little bit more on the expensive side, but for playing video games, it's spot on. I guess we should quickly talk about the lighting as well in this studio. I have 2 Elgato key lights that can be controlled by these buttons right here. So I can turn them off. You can't actually see that. Off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay, you get the idea. I also just got excited that someone came in my chat while I was offline, but it was actually just me because I pressed a button on my stream deck that I wasn't supposed to press. Damn it! Moving on to the audio side of things. Now this audio setup is a little bit different to what I have home. First thing you'll notice is this. This is a completely different microphone. This is a Rode Procaster. A fantastic microphone for the price. This is the microphone I used to use before I got my Shure SM7B back in the UK. So I bought that over here and have been using this as my my driver for the stream. Fantastic microphone. Definitely recommend. That is hooked up back here to my Yamaha MG10XU mixer. This is where all the audio is mixed and then sent to the streaming PC, which is obviously what you guys hear. Channel number 1 has my microphone in it, the Rode Procaster that I showed just a second ago. Channel number 2 is another microphone. That's actually Roxy's microphone over here. She's using my old AT2035, which is the microphone that I had before that one, which is also a fantastic microphone. So she uses that. That's plugged in here to slot number 2. Slot number, the third occupied thing over here, channels, I think it's 6 and 7 or something. That is the game sound. So whatever game I'm playing on this monitor goes out to that channel right there. The one next to it is for music, which is played over here on Winamp. That's where I play all my music. And the third one, right on the end there, which is channels 9 and 10, that is hooked up to the streaming PC, and that's where all the sub alerts and everything like that go through. So yeah, that's the audio setup. Obviously for headphones as well, I did actually miss these. I'm using the same headphones I use at home, Audio-Technica M50Xs. I love these things. Definitely recommend. I have replaced the ear cups on them with some Brainwaves memory foam ones, which I definitely recommend if you own this headset. But love those things. Moving on to some of the peripherals. The keyboard is exactly the same as I use at home. A Corsair K70 Rapid Fire with Cherry MX Speed switches. I love those switches. Love that keyboard. I don't think they make it anymore, but fantastic keyboard. The mouse for this gaming PC, this is a Logitech G502. Again, the same that I use in the UK. My mouse mat's dirty, ignore that, I'm sorry. But that is a G502, really love that mouse. Pretty affordable, fantastic mouse. The one next to it, this is a Mionix Naus. This is connected up to the streaming PC. That was my old gaming mouse. I still really like it, and that's what I use for the streaming PC. And then this over here is just a shitty wireless keyboard. And that's obviously what controls the streaming PC, so I don't have to have more wires than I need. That usually lives up there. So for audio on the gaming PC, when I'm playing games with other people and stuff on this main machine here, I just use a Blue Snowball, I think that is, or a Blue Ice, something like that. Blue Snowball Ice. It's a Blue Snowball Ice, that's it. Cheap, very cheap microphone, but again, it gets the job done. It's decent audio quality, so that's what I use there. And then obviously, as I showed earlier, the Stream Deck. Gotta have that. I don't know how I streamed before without that. But yeah, I think that's the majority of the setup right there. This camera here, this one, usually sits right there, and this camera is just, this fan is just a little bit of active cooling for the camera, because it does get a little bit hot here in Australia, and just having that little bit of extra cooling is always good to have, so that's what that's for. Obviously that's attached to my monitor with a very effective solution, Blu-Tack. As for the chair, I also use a Noble chair over here in Australia. This is actually the Epic series of Noble chairs they make, not the Hero series that I have at home. The Hero is the bigger one with like the twirly thing on the side that you can adjust the back with. Still a great chair, a little bit cheaper, but still a fantastic chair. I always recommend Noble chairs. I freaking love those guys. So if you're in the market for a chair, this is your thing. Now, the green screen solution here is a little bit different. We actually have a wire going across the top of the room there, which is fantastic. And so I can literally just push the green screen right over when I'm not using it. And when I want to use it, I can just pull it all the way across and it goes all the way to the end. Pretty decent solution. In terms of lighting for the green screen, it's not great. We just use the light that's on the roof right there. But it's enough to light the green screen a decent amount, which is just enough for the stream and OBS to be able to chroma key perfectly. One thing I do want to touch on actually before we go any further here is, can we just appreciate this cable management? Look at that. There's not a single wire down there on the floor or on Roxy's side. There's nothing. Why are there a pair of socks down there? But there's just no cables. They're all tucked away at the back behind that board along there. Beautiful cable management. And the final thing I should show you guys is in here, right down the bottom. This is my NAS. This is something I do want to get back in the UK as well. But this is what I use basically to store all the broadcasts. I got a ton of different VMs and jails and stuff like that running on it. It's a really good way to redundantly store all of your like game saves, all of the music for the stream, all of the VODs for the stream. A little bit more complex stuff, definitely not needed as a streamer, but it's really nice to have for redundancy to keep all of your data safe, so that if your drive or your SSD or something fails on your main machine, it's all stored here. This has four terabyte drives in it. If 2 of them fail, I still lose no data. I can just rebuild it all back. So it's a really effective solution to have to make sure that you don't lose any of your data. And right in there, I don't know if you can see that is a stock cooler, but that is rocking a Ryzen 5 2600. And I think it's only got 8 gigs of RAM at the moment. I need to get some more RAM for it. And like I said earlier, 4 terabyte drives, 2 WD Reds, and 2 Seagate Ironwolf. And I think that's it. I think we covered everything. If there's anything that I did miss, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I shall do my best to reply to you and answer your question. But this is my Australia setup. I do want to give again a massive thank you to each and every single one of you guys who allowed this to happen. There's not many people in the world that have the ability to have 2 studios at home and when they're away. So to be able to have this, I cannot thank you guys enough. It makes my life 1,000 times easier. And you guys are incredible, so thank you so much. And I don't know if I mentioned at the start of this video, but I will just quickly say, I apologize if I've been slacky on YouTube uploads recently. I've been in a bit of a slump with this kind of stuff. However, we're back. We've got videos coming out. I got a ton of cool stuff planned, so expect videos to be back on the YouTube channel coming back now. I did say when I started the YouTube channel that I wasn't going to be setting myself a schedule for uploading, but we're back. There's going to be more videos. And other than that, that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Like I said, if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. If you disliked the video, hit the dislike button twice. And thanks for checking out another video. Subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you in the next one.